So, how did it go with the A-Team today? Um, did two classes. It had been a while since I'd done it. Um, there were some technical difficulties in the first one, and little challenging. Really went well in the second class, though. I was very pleased. I had been doing, presentations with the A-Team for on and off for a couple of years, and I can honestly say that when I've opened it up for questions before, I usually don't get any response, but in that second class today, it was just really cool. They were, at first, the class was a little bit rowdier than the first class had been, which was so quiet. It was like, wake up. But then the second class, they were just so responsive, and there were some really good questions. I mean, I had people stop me in the middle of the lecture and, what about such and such? But then at the end, when I said, are there any questions, 4 or 5 people had questions, and it was really neat. And when I read my little piece that I'd written about why do I do this, um, they applauded when I got through with it, and it was really cool. Um, there was one kid who was in the class that he never said anything, never answered a question, never responded or anything. He was just a beautiful kind of half black, half white boy, just a gorgeous kid. And when I was reading my piece about why do I do this, he actually put his head down on his desk, and it's heartbreaking because I could tell that it was getting to him. It was making him long for more, but I could also tell he felt kind of trapped, and so that's really hard when I can see that something I'm sharing is opening them up, and yet my hands are a little tied because I can't go into scripture or take them to God. And I could tell that this kid had probably had some experiences that he had that look in his eyes like, well, this is not for me. So anyway, I wanted to read to you what I shared in the class, and hopefully I can do a decent job of it. Let me call it up over here. So here we go. So why do I do this? Is it because I enjoy grossing you out with horror stories of what can happen? The tales of sterility and pain and nasty nightmare growths in unmentionable places. Even the possibility of dying due to disease. Is that a fun thing? No. Am I bored? Is there not enough to do with a husband and 4 kids and a writing career I love? Is it money? No. This is for free. I do this because I was witnessing a tragic crime, and I couldn't stand by and do nothing any longer. You see, you beautiful young people are being robbed. You're being beaten and raped and left dying inside. You're being lured and lied to as the world around you who wants to drag you down to its lowest common denominator, pounds and pounds at you to toss away something priceless. Well, it's my great honor to tell you that sex does not have to be dangerous or dirty, and it's not a disease. Sex, the act of bonding exclusively with one person for life, is supposed to be joy and fun and deeply spiritual and a haven in life's storms. But this is a truth that has been buried and smeared with so many lies and so much disinformation that it's been reduced to myth and fairy tale. Well, I don't have some heartbreaking story of how I was raped or how I contracted AIDS from a one-night stand. I am just a lonely voice telling you that the fairy tale is true. When my husband takes me in his arms, I don't have the ghosts of 20 other guys coming between us. There's no fear, no betrayal, no risk, no panic. Our first time was after a long day of photos, vows, and hugs from friends and family. It may sound boring, but, we were slightly exhausted, fairly ignorant, but overjoyed. There was laughter, and there was discovery, and grateful awe. But we didn't need a trip to Hawaii to make things exciting, and couldn't afford it anyway, so good thing. But our honeymoon was a lazy, amazing bonding time, too special to be associated with what's paraded in porn or erotic novels or movies. Well, do I tell you this to brag or to rub salt in a wound? No. If you were standing on a train track with an engine barreling towards you, would it be cruel for me to tell you to jump? I'm just saying the track you've been pressured to get on, the one of disease and unplanned children and regrets that haunt and poison the rest of your life, is not your only option. And even if you've been on that track, even if, heaven forbid, your choices were stripped away from you, you can get off of it. You are and always will be priceless and worthy of respect. You were made for love that lasts a lifetime, but it's not gained without a fight. And even those who mean well will tell you that it's a silly, childish dream. But he was 24 and I was 26. And we'd both been told not to shoot so high, that the odds of finding our lifelong love and that person also being a virgin were crazy slim. But we've been together 23 years now. Life is often hard and challenges come, but sex is not a battleground. It's refreshing, it's restoring, exclusive, and healing. And we don't worry about the other one being unfaithful. We saw sexual self-control in action when we were both crazy about each other, and we kept our clothes on until our honeymoon. You know, our love is a gift that keeps on giving, that, to our astonishment, really has gotten better with time. Therefore, I would have to be selfish beyond belief to keep my mouth shut and to allow you to sell yourself short. A lifetime of sex and love that's a joy is possible for you. You are priceless. You are one of a kind, and no one, I repeat, no one has the right to treat you otherwise. If your boyfriend or girlfriend will dump you if you don't have sex with them, so be it, and good riddance. If your friends are pressuring you to throw away your virginity, please get new friends. The fight and the payoff of sex and love that's lifelong and life-giving are so worth it. So please fight for it. There you have it. I just hope and pray that somehow something that was said today would get through. And even those kids who are in the middle of situations they feel like they can't get out of, or just habits that they don't know how to break, maybe addictions they don't know how to break, I just pray that the words that were said to them today would break through, that they would do more research, that God would draw them. And anyway, thank you for your prayers. I just wanted to give you an update. Have a great day.